He's barely older than me. Why am I not running a country? This is bullshit.
These are your results, sir.
So they'll get the shape and do the acrylic and all that. And then she'll just stare at my other eye for like an hour and just start drawing.
Yeah, go ahead and just get a little bit closer. Right, yeah, right in there. There it is.
You know, who's going to come on the podcast and put their face right up to the camera so that people can see how cool your eye is? And I knew, you know, the last time I saw you that, like, when I saw that new eye, I was like, look, man, if it's weird, I'm sorry, but like that eye is so cool.
That made me think of, you know, so growing up, I knew that El Salvador was one of the most dangerous damn countries.
Yeah.
You know, gangsters walking around with machetes, like, you know, you're going to get your fucking head chopped off.
Right.
You know, dangerous. I've had friends, you know, in California, that even out here, that are Salvadorian, and you ever gone back to your home country or where your parents are from? Fuck no, I don't want to die.
Right.
You know, you had this new president come in, built one of the biggest jails in El Salvador, and just said, you know what? We're fucking chopping heads.
Yeah.
Went, raided all known gangsters, you know, just anybody. You know, you fuck around, you find out. Threw them all in prison. All of them.
Yeah, for life.
Now El Salvador is one of the safest countries in, you know, in Latin America or whatever. Now you can actually fly to El Salvador as a tourist and be safe.
Yeah.
And, you know, just go tour the country without any worries. And how did that happen? And that shit happened like overnight. It didn't take, you know, the new president fucking 10 years or, you know, it didn't take, no. This shit happened in a matter of, you know, fucking year or less.
And so the counter side to that I see, right? Me always being the antagonist. Like, good on that president for not then becoming a crazy dictator, right? Because to me, I hear that and I go, oh, that's leading to tyranny. Because they'll come in just iron fist and put everybody in jail that would ever oppose them. And then I'm the supreme leader of this country for the rest of my existence and I'm going to live forever. And that's gross. And most presidents or figureheads of whatever state would be in that realm, right?
But those leaders were criminalizing people that were just speaking out against the state, right? You've got this president whose name escapes me. We are going after violent criminals. People actually have criminal murder records, right?
Yeah.
Whereas historically, you go back and anyone who just simply opposed the state suddenly was then a criminal. And now all of a sudden, whatever they're doing is somehow illegal. So that's why we can round them up and take them out.
Right. Which I get. What I'm saying more though is that next step typically
it leads to
then they go to, and those guys who didn't like me are getting it, and those guys, you know.
I mean, I've seen a lot of his speeches,
does tend to go that way.
And you know, he's, you know, friend, you know, ally of the U.S. He loves the freedom of speech, the whole, you know, democracy or the, you know, stuff like that. And I mean, seems like he's doing it right. And
that's what I'm saying.
It seems like he's not trying to become a dictator of El Salvador.
Yeah.
He loves the freedom of speech, you know, freedom of religion, freedom of that. He just wants his country to be a safe place.
Yeah. As well it should be.
And he did it right, you know?
To your point, Eddie, it'll be interesting to see who comes in behind him.
Yeah.
And how they utilize that.
I'm looking up his name right now. Nayib Bukele?
Bukele. Yeah.
Oh man, that dude's not. He's barely older than me. Why am I not running a country? This is bullshit.
These are your results, sir.
But some of us are born into. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, yeah, man. Let's just shift gears and, you know, hang out guy chat. I got to see you at a GOA event. when you got your new eye. I know I seem infatuated with it. I just think it's the coolest freaking thing in the world. Will you tell the people at home what you got?
Yeah, so took a while. Got my first prosthetic eye. It was a regular looking. It was for fitting. Kept getting one after another, and try to get the right size and right everything. And I just had this idea, like, I want a eye with a casing on it.
So that was your idea.
Yeah, that was my idea. Like,
Okay.
I want a casing on it.
Bullet casing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a shell. Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm going to go with 45. I was carrying a 45.
Yeah.
Although I got shot with a 9.
Yeah.
I don't want a 9. I want a 45 of what I used.
Right.
It's not a reminder of what went through my head, but a reminder of what I used. A reminder of, the positive side.
That's just all you seem to be doing with this. Like,
so I told them, I ended up going to a prosthetic eye place out here in Mesa or Tempe, one or the other. Super cool lady, girl. She seems young, but she's awesome. She's a great artist, because these eyes are actually hand drawn.
okay.
So they'll get the shape and do the acrylic and all that, and then she'll just stare at my other eye for like an hour and just start drawing, mixing colors and putting little fibers or whatever for the veins to make it look realistic. And I told her my story. She loved it. She told me of oh, I have this, and I just preach the gospel of CCW, of how she should carry and all that good stuff. And and I told her the idea of what I had.
Yeah.
I want a casing, and she's like, well, bring it to me. And next time you come, I was like, I want 2. I want a brass color and a silver one.
Yeah.
Silver casing. She's like, bring them. Okay. So day of, I was like, oh shit, I need a casings. So I drove to the desert really quick, just popped 2 off, and okay, where are the casings? Picked them up, went to my appointment, took them to her, and I told her the idea. I was like, the silver one, I want black, and then the brass one, I want like the natural, white, around it.
Yeah.
So she made them. Next appointment I went, she pulled them out, nicely polished. Here's your 2 eyes. Let's try them on.
Yeah.
And then, tried them on. I'm like, damn, these things are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the coolest shit ever. So I was like, so how is this going to work? How much is it? Is it going through insurance? Because it's more of a, She's like, don't worry about it.
What?
She's like, these are on us. It's her and her husband.
Yeah.
They work out of their home. It's Kylie Brown and Dr. Robert Brown.
Okay.
This specialty is not a big specialty, so there's only a few in the state of Arizona.
Yeah.
And these are the ones that I went to. And I mean, super nice people. The husband, he's awesome. And it was the wife that, started working on my eye. And so I think I've had 1 appointment with him, but it wasn't to make me an eye, just to check fitments and all that. But I mean, I just thought it was the coolest shit ever when she told me that. Like, no, like, I made these for you.
Yeah.
Like, this is not going insurance, nothing out of pocket, nothing. And these eyes, they're freaking expensive.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking
Anything
about
prosthetic.
like 8K, 10K for a hand-drawn eye.
Yeah. Would you mind showing the camera your eye?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I have several questions, because you go ahead and just get a little bit closer. Right, yeah, right in there. There it is. So you said you showed up and you tried them on. Like, you can just pop them in and out. Like,
Yeah. Like a contact lens.
was wild. All right. And then also I noticed it moves with your other eye. Like, how did
It
how
moves
did that
a little
work?
bit.
Okay.
Because the surgeon that I had, for what he had to work with, he did a great job. He pulled muscle, and because everything was blown, he pulled muscle and kind of put it together, molded it to kind of create a back.
Okay.
And whatever he did.
Wow.
And that piece or that muscle, it still contracts.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking if the prosthetic eye was actually like freaking glued to that muscle, it'll actually move fully.
Yeah.
But since that back muscle is just sitting behind, you know, the prosthetic eye, even when I move it, it makes the prosthetic eye move a little bit,
Yeah.
but not fully. So when I'm wear like my regular eye, and you know I move, this one just barely moves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Well, I did that with the eye that you had when I met you, because you know I heard about you, and then I was kind of like scanning the room looking for somebody that was going to be clearly recently shot in the head, and I didn't know that it was you. I was like, you know, when we met, I was like, all right, yeah, guy's got a little, you know, thing going on with his eye, and then I was like, oh my gosh, that's him. And like, you know, that's still just another testament to your just never quit attitude, man. And like, I just, again, I have massive admiration for you and respect for what you've done. And again, there's 2 people in my phone titled hero, and you're one of them.
thank you.
And you know, Steven, you know, you're amongst a, no pun intended, a high caliber of man. And so, you know, we've been in talks for months about you coming on. We finally found the time to be able to sync and have you come in. And
I mean, this would have happened sooner, but you live way out in the boonies, man.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I live on the mountains on the other side.
Yeah.
You live way out here. But I'm glad we made it happen.
Yeah, same, man. You know, and just you can ask Brandon when you finally were like, all right, I'm coming out. I was like, oh, we did it. He's coming on. You know, because I know your story, and I've heard you speak before, and I've seen you at multiple events. You've always been a super nice person to me as well. And, you know, who's going to come on the podcast and put their face right up to the camera so that people can see how cool your eye is? And I knew, you know, the last time I saw you that, like, when I saw that new eye, I was like, look, man, if it's weird, I'm sorry, but like that eye is so cool.
I mean, again, I could play that victim card and be like, I don't want people to see it. I wouldn't be wearing a damn bullet as an eye if I don't want people to stare or look or ask the question, hey, what is that?
Yeah. Let me tell you my story.
Let me tell you what happened.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wear it as a badge of honor.
Yeah.
I wear it as a reminder of what can happen.
Yeah.
You know, and why I advocate for the Second Amendment. Because that's all it is.
Yeah.
You know, why I do things. And it's just a constant reminder to be thankful that I'm still here.
Yeah.
You know, that's it.
Yeah. Well, the world is a safer and better place because you're here. So, God bless you, brother.
Thank you.